Okay, hi, Facebook. YouTube. Yes. Okay, so everybody, while you all press slide +1 to prepare for Mr. Lu's talk, which is gonna be about good news and bad news. Okay, I'm gonna sing a song so that it gives you some time and just enjoy. Okay. So the first song that I'm gonna sing today is When You Say Nothing at All by Ronan Keating. Okay, so Mr. Lu is very insistent on me doing one new song and one old song. Okay, then I asked him what does old mean. Then he said my generation. Okay, I'm not very
At
sure.
least I didn't say my parents' generation.
Okay.
You do sing some my generation song also, right? So and this one at least is my. Actually, this is not even this older than my generation really.
Oh really?
Yeah.
When was this released?
This is when we are adult, very adult already, 30s or something.
Oh, is it?
$150 voucher.
Yes.
Today got $150 voucher.
Yes,
Okay.
there is there's a $150 voucher today.
Yes.
I'm supposed to announce it when I'm in the store later, but today you all can get it now. Yes, $150.
Yes.
There are 10 of them. Yes.
I think there's a minimum spend.
Ben Tan says, Mr. Lu, you appeared in the big cinema screen at Court and Dowers.
Really?
I saw you Wow.
Then you got say,
Mr. Lu famous
that's my friend. You got say, that's my friend. Shout out. I haven't seen. Really? In fact, that's one of my point I want to talk about. Yes.
Kate know how to sing 歌台 songs. Unfortunately, no. Okay, my
What's
Chinese
歌台
is
song?
limited.
Oh,
Okay.
Ah Cheng Wei Roti, An Cheng Melody, Ah Cheng Wei Roti.
Okay, so I'm gonna start out with When You Say Nothing at All. Hopefully everybody will enjoy it. Okay.
Hey, those on the YouTube, can you all please
Press a like.
Yeah, press the like. Kelu is singing. I'm gonna give a talk after this.
It's amazing how you can speak right to my heart. Without saying a word, you can light up the dark. And try as I may, I can never explain what I hear when you don't say a thing. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you catch me wherever I fall. When you say it best, when you say nothing at all.
Oh, really good, man. Kelu, you're really good, man. Really good.
I remember hearing this song when I was growing up. And all along I can hear people talking out loud. But when you hold me near, you drown out the crowd. And try as I may, they can never define what's been said between your heart and mine. Smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's the truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you catch me wherever I fall. And you say it best when you say nothing at all.
It's fabulous.
Yes, thank you everybody.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
Yes. I remember when I was young, I feel like our helper at home, she has this on her phone, then she played it throughout my entire childhood,
Really?
solid 8 years of my life. Yeah. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you catch me wherever I fall. say it best when you say nothing at all. Whee!
You're just amazing, man. Yeah. You're just amazing.
You say it best. Oh, this is nothing at all. You know the last one. You say it best when you say nothing at all. Yeah. This one I like a little bit.
Wrapping up or what?
Yes, this is a wrapping up. Okay, so
Okay,
everybody,
Well done, Kate Lou.
where is Kate Lou singing Jean from? Kate Lou singing Jean is from Mr. Lou. Okay, everybody, Mr. Lou has a bone of entertainment in his body. Okay, his entire genetic makeup is entertainment. Okay, he come over here and talk to you all. No, he not only can talk, not only can sell, right? Mr. Lou also can sing. Okay,
Yeah, good
don't
try.
小看 him. He win competition one. Okay, oi, hey, Mr. Lou. Talking about Mr. Lu, here he comes, okay? Here's where he come and entertain you and educate you all, okay?
Yes, okay. Thank you, Kate
Thank
Lou.
you.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Kate Lou a round of applause, man. She's just amazing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yes, just amazing, okay.
Sorry, Titi.
Yes, okay,
Sorry,
KTV.
Titi, sorry.
How about father and daughter duet? Okay, in good time, in good time. The last time I sang, I cough and cough and cough. Yes. Shall we have Mr. Lu sing a song today? Now Mr. Lu turn to sing a song. No. Hey, I'm supposed to be the educator. She's supposed to be the entertainer. Okay. Hi everybody. Okay. Yes. All right. Cool. Okay. Yes. Okay. So阿露，我要听你唱歌。
我也要听阿露唱歌。
Oh, that's Adeline Ho. Auntie Adeline, okay. 有机会我们再唱吧 okay. Mr. Lu, we are waiting. Hey, I'm supposed to be talking about finance. Why are you all so excited about my voice? Yeah, I'm supposed to be, serious teacher educating you all, right? Okay.
Serious.
Yes, that kind of, okay, yes. I'm that kind of, yes. My daughter looks like you. We pray for 包价 investment. Okay, yes. Mr. Lu 唱一首歌。Okay, 等一下他唱完我再来考虑考虑哈。Okay, ladies and gentlemen, give a round of blast of lights to thank Kate Lu for her voice, for singing. Okay, and now okay, a few quick things. Okay, number one is that. Wait, I'm trying to show you some stuff. Where is my stuff? Yes, okay. Apparently, a lot of people has been telling me that the I start appearing in some of the advertisements already of Endowers. Okay, have you all seen it? So some TV ads, some Facebook ads. In train stations, I think it's coming out soon as well. Some of the train stations. Okay. Yes, my daughter is very talented, very bubbly personality as well. Yes. Okay. Yes, far better than the father. Okay, so don't ask the father to do it. Yes. Yes. Okay, I love your finance talk. Thank you. Okay. So for those in YouTube, remember give a blast of like. Okay. Yes. Yes. So today I'll give a very interesting finance talk. Remember, it's variety show on Sunday. So what we have is now song, talk, then later song again by Kate Lu and not Mr. Lu. Then after we'll break for about 30 minutes, we'll head over to the shopping center and then B and Kate will entertain you all with some shopping. How about that? Okay? Ready? Okay, ready, okay? Yes. Forehead very high, a sign of intelligence. Okay.
Mr. Lu forehead, right, doesn't end here, okay? Usually people got hair to indicate where their forehead and their forehead ends, okay? So his forehead is all the way up to here, Everybody, this is how big Mr. Lu forehead is, okay?
Okay, yes.
Then
okay.
some more the sun come in, right? If you rub, right, got fortune come out one sometimes.
So the kim, the shine go all to everybody, yeah? Okay. So the slides for today are under slides +1. Okay, have you all got the slides? Okay, I have an article also written by Endowers as well. It's under article +1. Okay, can you all please take a look at the article? I thought it's very cool. Okay, you might see this advertisement with myself. Okay, myself looking quite good now in train stations and advertisement was that this is all makeup makeup. Okay, they color my, they touch up my hair, they do whatever thing. All these are makeup. Okay, makeup 我真人没有这么好看. Okay, yes. Okay, have you all gotten the slides? Okay, an article. Okay, if you are ready, say you're ready. I'll start the talk. Okay.
I'm ready.
Oh, you are ready. Okay. Okay, Lou, what's the next song you're singing?
Hello by Adele.
Hello by Adele.
Very
Okay.
hard, very hard.
But the Hello I know was by Lionel Richie, right? The one that said Hello. Is it you you're looking for? Yeah, it's okay. That one I know. The Hello by Adele is no. Hello from the outside. Oh, no, the voice cannot reach. That one very yes. Okay, ready? Okay, ready. Okay, all ready. Okay, yes. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, tonight, okay, tonight is 8 o'clock. Okay, I do probably close about 40 minutes of a talk. Okay, tonight is quite exciting. It's a very it's a snapshot of the latest update I have on the world economy. Okay, and the two biggest event that's happening, three biggest event that's happening right now. You need an update. Okay, all these have stock market implication, and that's why we're doing this talk. For those who are listening to this for the first time, why on earth does a Premium More have a talk? Okay, then you missed out on last 5-6 months of talk. Okay, and those on YouTube, we welcome you. Okay, to come on board. Today we will have a update on the world situation. Okay, and more importantly, the stock market implication. Okay, good. Okay, ready. For those on YouTube, the article is under the description, and if you can click it, you can download the slides, and then we can start. Okay. The title of my talk today is good news and bad news, a world in turmoil and in euphoria. Okay, and it is exactly very good news and very bad news all come together. Okay, and that's very interesting happening right now. Okay, and that's why I wanted you to. Burn said that, hi people, look out for Mr. Lu in cinema when you catch a movie. I didn't know.
Maybe next time I go back to Singapore, I'll watch a movie for you.
If you all see me in advertisement outdoor and everywhere, can you at least take a video, take a picture of it, and send to me? Well, I haven't seen myself. I'm not in Europe. I cannot see it. Okay. Yes. Okay. So this is my 159 talk. Okay, 159 talk, a lot of talks really. And some disclaimer, usual disclaimer, the talk that I give you, okay, does not constitute to investment advice. It's more to give you a snapshot of what I think economically and politically the world is, and their stock market implication and all this. Okay, doesn't mean you buy or sell. Okay, just to answer a bit, Anna said that my sunspot is better right now. You are right, man. Okay, yeah, the the laser was quite worth it. Okay, and someone said, how do I get them to get me to endorse them? We are friends. Okay, and I'm a huge supporter of them because through them is the only way you can use CPF ordinary account to buy the S&P 500. The only way. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thanks, Bern, for letting me know. Okay. All right. So okay, if you are ready, let's start the talk proper. Okay. The first good news is a very important good news. Okay, is that COVID is almost over globally. Okay, COVID is almost over globally. If you are now in Europe, okay, if you're now in Europe, wow, people are crowded everywhere. Nobody outdoor wear masks anymore. Maybe 1 out of 20 or 30. Okay, and only in confined areas, trains and all this, maybe some train station. But here, nobody care anymore. Yeah. The world out there, is nobody care. Even in Ukraine and Russia war, you see all those videos, right? You see a soldier wear mask or not, right? They're clearly more afraid of the bullets and the bombs than the virus. Yeah, nobody care about the virus anymore. Even in Singapore right now, I know it is just lifted. So a lot of people are still wearing masks, right? Okay, I can assure you that one I can predict. Okay, in 2 months, about you will see the reverse. Most people don't wear masks. Only 10% of people wear masks. Okay, that's what I saw. Okay. So across the world right now, traveling is gone haywire. Wow, everybody travel like crazy. Everybody is going out like crazy. You know, the world live outside China. The world live as if there's no more COVID already. Or COVID has been. I use the word COVID is almost over. Okay, I didn't say that. I didn't say that the infection had all come to an end, but the COVID is almost over. Okay, let's take a look at the World Health Organization data. Okay, before you all say, well, no, Mr. Wu talking rubbish. This information come from World Health Organization, okay? Look at all the infection graph. It's coming down phenomenally, okay? This is from the World Health Organization, okay? For those people who cannot see, please download the slides, okay? And there was a huge spike. There's a huge spike of starting from November. At that point in time in November, remember, for those who have followed us very closely, that was there. We predicted that the pandemic will come to an end. In fact, the title of my talk in November was COVID has caught a cold. Remember? Yeah. We saw the Omicron, okay, evolve in November, and we saw that it's gonna kill the Delta variant. And itself is not as deadly as the Delta virus. Okay, in fact, you know, we saw this, and there's where I declare. Unfortunately, I didn't see. No one could have foreseen the war coming, but at that point in time, we foreseen and we predicted. Okay, that basically COVID has caught a cold. That means COVID itself has kena infected by Omicron. Okay, and really, you know, it has come to pass. Okay, it has come to pass. So what we predicted as November, that the Omicron will come, will basically take off in a big way, and after that wipe out the entire Delta variant. That has come to pass. Okay, so there is actually a good thing in there's actually a good thing in watching some of my channel. You get to see things are happening. Okay, so Delta right now is almost like less than 1% of the world, point something percent. Omicron has took off in a big way, and really, you know, Omicron has burned through the entire country, the entire world already, with the exception of one country, okay, and that's China. We'll talk about that, okay. Unfortunately, while I say that the Omicron has burned through, it's a huge. You can see the COVID numbers, okay, phenomenal, right? These are reported numbers. Let me give you reported numbers, okay. 500 million confirmed cases, and these are confirmed cases. There are a lot of cases they are not reported. Okay, so I think the experts predicted that the unreported cases could be, you know, 3 or 4 times the amount of reported cases. Okay, so how many deaths are there? Sadly, okay, a phenomenal metamorph. 6 million people died. 6 million people has died from COVID. Okay, and that's a disaster. Okay, and for those people who are infected, okay, in Singapore, a lot of you have probably reported the sick and things like that, but some of you all didn't report sick and then you recovered. All right, okay. By the way, how many of you all kena infected already? Say me. I would like to see. Okay, if you haven't, I like to get a latest count. Okay, my guess is 60% of you all are kena already. My whole household except Ben, all of us kena already. Okay, me. Yes, me. Yeah, see, more than that, man. By look of it, okay. Me. In YouTube, I think 80% have kena that already. Okay. Yes. Who have not kena, say not me lah. Okay. Want to kena, cannot kena. Is one kena is so easy. Yeah. Okay. Me. Okay. My house got 2 people kena liao. Okay. Me. Not yet. Okay. From the data, it looks like anecdotally about 60-70% kena. So Singapore has now, no, Omicron has burned through already. Okay, has burned through. So is once it burns through completely, we have got herd resistance. Okay. For those people who are wondering whether you kena already or not, because you could have kena, but yet you are asymptomatic. It's very possible, no? You got no symptoms. Rare, I think. rare, I think, with Omicron. Most of people I know kena, maybe if you are asymptomatic, okay, if you're asymptomatic, you probably don't know. You can go and do a blood test, okay? They call it I don't know what, serological test, something like that. And then you can draw your blood and do a test, right? Yeah, because so we kena in Europe, so we got no record. So we went back to Singapore, the family doctor draw blood and then went for a test, registered and then key in the system. Now we are officially infected. So we now have 3 injections plus 1 natural plus 1 infection. So we are now very, very immune already. Yes. My whole household kena already, Angela. Yeah. Okay, very good. Yes. So once you kena that, okay, chances are, your immunity will last for very, very long, very strong. That's what the expert says. Okay. So Omicron has burned through the whole already. Burned through. So serological test. Yeah, right, research. Okay, sorry. I'm more vocal who cannot pronounce. Okay. Very light symptoms, very light symptoms but there are some people with very severe symptoms. Okay, so the good news, the good news is that that the whole Omicron has burned through the world, and as a result, has developed really herd resistant rate. In short, global tahanability. Okay, global tahanability, and it's very, very strong. Okay. Just to let you know what the expert says, okay? They went to test out, and I said this before, they went to test out the SARS in 2003 when the SARS broke out. They went to test out those people. The antibodies are still in their body, okay, up after 20 years. So it is very strong. Natural immunity is the strongest form of immunity, okay? So now it doesn't mean that you should go out and they say, come, Omicron, please infect me, and the kind of thing. I mean, you kena lah, that's life, okay? But I'm not too sure whether the right answer is to go and purposely go and invite yourself to kena, okay? Yes, but anyway, so Singapore, the Omicron, remember in February, we predicted that the Singapore, it will take 2 months to burn through, okay? So this was my slide, in February. I said that Omicron will likely burn out in April, and it's coming to pass as well. So Singapore has, Singapore more or less, this is the graph right now, okay? It has a huge spike, okay, and came down, okay? So more or less, the Singapore wave has been over. Sadly, we have got a total of 1,313 deaths as of yesterday, okay? So 1,313 deaths, okay? Officially, 1.16 million people has infected. My guess is double that has been infected at least. So then these are just unreported or asymptomatic, so people don't know. I was scrolling through the WHO numbers to take a look at who is below, how many people died. We are really, really one of the lowest. Now we can say our population very low and things like that. As a percent is very low. Only countries that are very small, like Qatar, Maldives, Cyprus, and all these got lower numbers than us. We are really very, very low. And one of the solid reason why is that we got a damn good, damn smart government who not only plan it well, plan ahead, okay? They didn't do all the right things, but they do most of the right thing. As a result, they really, really protected lives, okay, and livelihood, right? So as a result, we really, really have good, and really a round of applause goes to the ministerial committee headed by Lawrence Wong, who is as a result, now earmarked to be our next Prime Minister. Okay, so for those people who are not happy with the PAP whatsoever, you can come and see Europe, and you know what is called bad. Okay, yes. So I think Singapore and the rest of the world are done with COVID. Okay, I walk around right now, absolutely no fear of the virus anymore. Many times this Kate Lou is still wearing her mask everywhere. I say, why are you wearing a mask for? You kena already, okay? And the rules don't need you to wear. Why you go around? Habit, okay? All right, okay. So that is the damn good news. The world is almost done, okay, with COVID, right? Almost done with COVID. So with that, production will go back to normal. trade will go back to normal, travel will go back to normal, and everything, okay, uh, everything is now going back to normal, and it's great. Okay, it's a great thing. Okay. Okay, so that's the good news. Hey, give a round of applause for the good news, the kind of thing. It's the world is coming to end. 2 years,
The world is not coming to an
No,
end.
sorry. The pandemic is really coming to an end. It's good news. We got tahan for 2 years, Yeah, okay. I went in JB already. Wow, okay. You cannot dedicate to virus as the virus as they evolve. Generally, when virus evolves, becomes weaker because they want to infect more people, okay. So it becomes less deadly and things like that. All right, okay. So much about the good news. What's the bad news? Okay, the bad news again. You see, the bad news really is all about China. Okay, so I reported a while ago that China now, okay, someone said she got super bad symptoms, right? Okay, now China now has been locked down for more than 2 weeks. Okay, more than 2 weeks. Okay, news have broke out. Many of you have seen this. People people are suffering the lack of food, lack of water, and a lot of people are locked up in this very jialat looking bed. Toilet is jialat looking quarantine centers where bed is terrible. The bed is just those forklift crate, those kind of wooden crate, and they just put a very few layer of a thin tilam over it, and that's it, and they just make you sleep. And once you go in, there's no proper system, and you can find your own bed. The toilet, 100 people share one toilet. It's one jialat situation. It's damn jialat. I was eating my breakfast just now when I was watching a video of the toilet after yeah. So China is in a quite a bad situation. In fact, economically they are so bad that they actually have low interest rate and cut down on their cash reserve requirement to allow the bank to lend out more money. The whole world is increasing interest rate. They are going the reverse. Okay, and really that the situation is so bad. The situation is so bad right now. Okay, we don't. They say no. Once the situation become better, situation become better, they will loosen up control. Okay, they say that once the number of infection go down to 0, okay, they can loosen up. You see, I cannot be so smart, and we all cannot be so smart to be one who only can see this, that you cannot bring Omicron down to 0. No chance. How many of y'all tried every single means to protect yourself and you still kena? Okay? Yeah, you still kena. Okay? How to get 0? No chance with Omicron. In fact, I read an article, the Chinese scientists, they found out that, as long as you move the wind that caused by your body, okay, wind that caused by your body already carry the virus throughout, So the only way is everybody lock up, anyway stay still, don't move. The minute you move, you cough, you breathe and all this, the viruses go out. Yeah. So it's very hard. Angela said Shanghai side very, very chalat. My colleague there said that inflation is like crazy. Prices can be 10 times. And there are old folks who cannot afford and no help. Just jump. Very sad. Yeah. You cannot expect 0 kids. And we cannot be the whole world can see this. The Chinese cannot see this. Okay? Yeah, it cannot be. So now, everybody thinks it's just Shanghai, right? It cannot be also. It cannot be also. So what happened is that you see, this is the communist government, right? So communist government send the news out and say that, the communist government, especially Xi Jinping, tell all his kakia, make sure you all implement COVID. I want 0 COVID. So a lot of them overdo massive tests. Once they see tests, this place got some infection, quickly lock down the whole place. Guess what? Today, okay, article came out from New York Times. Okay, please read it. Okay, it's all under slides +1. The Chinese lockdown right now, in some form of lockdown right now has spread to 1/3 of the entire population. 1/3 of the entire Chinese population are in some kind of a lockdown restriction. Maybe some are not as tight as the Shanghai one, okay? Some maybe, you know, pockets here and there, but a lot of it, okay? Okay, really, can I lock down? Someone in YouTube said, my colleague in China cannot take it. They cannot go out now from their building, right? The slides are in the description for you for YouTube, okay? So the Chinese economy is paying a huge price, very, very huge price right now, okay? So it all stems down to the point that they have a zero COVID policy, right? As I said, it cannot be that we can see it, they cannot see it, lah. Okay, it cannot be. Something is, they have to be really blind, yeah? They have to be really blind to come to that conclusion, okay, that they can fight the powerful Omicron. Remember, in January, in January, February, I came outside and I said, resistance is futile. Resistance is futile. It's already happening right now, right? Okay. The funny thing is, I don't know what's wrong with people like China, Russia, and all this. That's why your government, you must be trustworthy. The Chinese government says that, okay, there are no deaths so far. Okay, no deaths so far. Okay. So they claim that there are no deaths so far, but the Western press, when they interview people on the ground, no, a lot of them say, no, there are a lot of deaths so far. Their relatives have died, their friends have died from all this, right? So it's you know, there's a lot of disbelief and all this, right? So I don't believe even Singapore with our draconian controls and all this, and so heavy vaccination, yet, you know, Omicron still sweep through with quite a lot of deaths. 5-6 deaths a day up till today. Okay, I don't know what's the latest count. How can China have no death? You look at Hong Kong. Hong Kong, the number of deaths are so high. Okay, right? So Sharon asked, could it be something serious they know that the rest of the world don't know? I don't know. Okay, yeah, they must know that, right? So I'm very sure that death count is not trivial. It's not trivial, okay? And you know who is crying murder right now? Okay, the whole Chinese population is crying murder. They got locked down. A lot of the Shanghainese are being locked down. They are crying murder. The economic cost of the zero COVID policy is so high, right? A lot of people now are being locked. A lot of people now have deprivation to food, to work, to all this. Trucks cannot move, trains cannot move, and all this kind of thing. Even their premier, the Prime Minister of China, Li Keqiang, is now crying murder himself. You know? I quote you, he actually said this, and I've got this in the slides, okay? Li Keqiang, the premier, alerted local officials to the growing economic cost of each new coronavirus outbreak on Monday, urging authorities to balance between pandemic control measures and the need to encourage growth, right? It's madness to try to control this, okay, to the point that it kills people. So the draconian measures right now are actually you know, potentially killing people. And so even China Prime Minister himself, Premier himself is 靠北靠不 you know, 这个鬼个笑诶 you know, yeah. So it is very, very serious. But what's the problem? And I said it before, I'm going to say it again. Okay, latest finding. Okay, and this one is not found by some global, it's Singapore scientists as well. Okay, Chinese vaccine is not as effective as the Armor vaccine. Yeah, and some of you are going, you know, now some of you, because you have what do you call it, hypersensitive skin, and what's that phrase called? Some reason why you all cannot take the mRNA vaccine. I understand. My brother had a problem as well. But a lot of people just trust the Chinese vaccine for some strange reason. Okay, but this one is Chinese. Singapore, our medical own study found that people who got the Sinovac vaccine is nearly 5 times likely to develop severe COVID than Pfizer. 5 times. The mRNA vaccine is powerful, is good compared to the Chinese Sinovac vaccine. Now, I don't know whether you can generalize this to Sinopharm and the other Chinese vaccine, but seriously speaking, you know, it is now an established scientific fact that the Chinese vaccine is not as good as the Armor vaccine. Okay, any of your friends have developed long COVID? You know what's called long COVID? Now, after COVID recovered, they cannot breathe as well. I have one staff whose lungs is now damaged, and he can't breathe very properly. I've one of our followers, his son went in together with Ben in the army, but kena COVID, have to went out of course. And after recovered, he feel his body is very, very weak, and so it is a very serious situation. Okay, so 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 first of all, their vaccination is not that good. So even if they let go and open up, let the Omicron burn through, there's a good chance a lot of people are going to die. Okay. Second is that China has low vaccination rate among the elderlies. The elderly are simply too complacent. Don't say overseas. Even in Singapore, the elderly don't want to get vaccinated. And the government has to do all sorts of things to get elderly vaccinated, right? They send nurses and doctors down to the house to inject the ama and the akong and the uncle and auntie and all this. They got to have ministers, they got MediaCorp stars, sing and dance to tell in dialect groups and things in dialect to tell the elderly to get vaccinated, right? Now even coming on money to get people vaccinated. And still we are not 100%. We are 90. The number differs. Some I hear 93, some I hear 96 whatsoever, but it's around 95%. Okay. So really, really the Chinese are not gonna stop. Because Omicron is right now about to burn, and yet the elderly I was told a number of 60 million Chinese elderly has not been vaccinated. So, and if it's indeed true that their vaccination, their vaccine is not so strong, we're gonna see an issue. Okay. So, what is the big deal of this whole thing, right? China only, right? I don't really care. I'm not saying we may not really care about China, but China is the factory of the world, and I said it before, right? Okay. The supply chain issue now will be very serious. A lot of the production that's happening in China right now will now be even more serious. Okay, will now be even more serious now that it has spread to the rest of China. We have seen 1/3 of China right now in some of lockdown. Once it becomes formalized in a whole countrywide lockdown, oh, we will have it. We will have it. So we really see right now that it's all really about supply chain issue, production house, and to some extent, China is a huge trading partner of Singapore. Singapore will also be affected. A lot of things. If you are doing renovation right now, a lot of the materials that come from China is affected. A lot of the production right now, the iPhone, handphones, all these kind of things, all being manufactured, all kind of affected. Two of Apple contract manufacturers now have shut down. Okay, shut down because temporarily because they can't produce. So B has been waiting for iPhone mini and she still can't get it. Okay, so we do have a mega serious supply chain issue, and this will cause inflation. We're not afraid of lockdown. We are afraid of what lockdown brings. Okay, in some sense, death is not as scary as lockdown. Once there's lockdown, then there will be supply issues, and once there's supply issues, there will be inflation. Once there's inflation, the Federal Reserve and all the central bank would increase interest rate, and then that will be a huge stock market risk. Okay, yes. Someone said, I'm worried China may start a new variant. Okay, let's hope that will not happen. Okay, so the good news and the bad news about COVID is that is that we now have the world more or less overcome the virus, and yet China has just started. China has 1.4 billion people. Okay, so huge issues. And China is so interconnected with the world, so therefore we will have lots of all these issues. Can you get me a drink, please? So that's on COVID front. Okay, there's good news and bad news. Thank you. Okay, there's good news and bad news. Let me get a drink. Let's talk about the next topic. The next good news, bad news. Okay, so so far has gotten what I said. What's the good news and bad news on the COVID front? The good news is that the whole world has more or less overcome it. The bad news is that China just started. So it's good news and bad news, It's not even flat news. Okay? It's good news and bad news. So there's going to be some impact. Okay? If you can understand so far, can you have some reaction? Say I understand or give a blast of likes or things like that. We're gonna go to the next big topic on good news and bad news. Okay. Thanks, Esther. Yeah, always very nice. Okay, to give a like and share. Really appreciate this. And for those people, there are about 400 of you all on YouTube. Please give a like. Please give a like. Please give a like. Later, I'll get Kate Lu to sing. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Will China trigger a next Black Swan event? Hard to say. My guess on China front is that, this is Mr. Lu now talking, okay? They eventually will have to give up and let it burn through. They have no choice. I hope they come to that realization. I hope they come to that realization early, okay? And let it burn through faster. And meanwhile, take these few weeks, quickly ramp up their vaccination with their senior people, okay? Yes, okay? Thank you, BL Lu. Yeah, went to YouTube and give a like and share. Thank you. Okay. All right, cool. Okay. Let's talk about the next topic, okay, which is the Russian-Ukraine war. Right? Interesting happenings are happening there. To the point that I also was laughing. That some part of it is actually quite funny. Okay. Yes. Yes. Long COVID is real and can damage and be real. Yes, long COVID is very real. I've people kena already. Okay. Let's talk about Russia and Ukraine war, okay? Essentially, okay, round one. Russia has lost big time. The Russian have lost big time in round one. Round one a fight, in Street Fighter the game, round one fight, wow, KO. Basically that's what happened to Russia. So just to give you some statistics, okay? Last time I reported and said Russian is really that time I said 100 over tanks destroyed. So the latest count by independent military intelligence bloc, which keep track of all the losses. Right now, Russian military has lost 460 tanks, okay, in 2 months or less than 2 months. In the Afghanistan war in 10 years, they lost 140 tanks. Now, they lost 3 times the amount of tanks, 3 times the amount of tanks, okay? And more than 2,000 armored vehicles. That's a huge hit to their military arsenal, right? So, so by the way, this is in the slides, I want the slides +1, and yes, and right now, Ukraine claimed that up to 19,000 soldiers have died. Okay, 18,900 Russian soldiers have died. And Zelensky said that 3,000 Ukraine soldiers are dead. Okay, I think Ukraine don't have incentive to hide the numbers because they're asking for help from the Western and from US. On the other hand, okay, the Russian keep issuing rubbish statistics. Okay, they are so rubbish. Sometimes you want to believe them, also very difficult to believe. Okay, so now maybe it's not 18,900, maybe it's but I think triangulating some numbers, we should arrive at a phenomenal loss for the Russians. It's a serious slap on the Russian face. Okay, high losses. Round one, the Russians lost big time. Okay, how bad was the losses? This is the part that's really funny. Okay, just happened over the last few days. Okay, so the Ukrainians fired 2 anti-ship missile called the Neptune missile, anti-ship missile, and allegedly hit the Moskva. The Moskva, okay, the Moskva is the Russian flag battleship. Okay, it's a cruiser. It's like I don't know, it's like a Malayan, it's like a Malayan of the Russian military. Okay, so 2 cruise missile hit, jiba boom, hit the ammunition, compartment blow up. The Russians were trying to tow it back, and then in rough sea, the Moskva sank. Okay, the Moskva sank. Now, the Moskva is only one of the many battleships that Russian have, but it is the icon of their navy. How big is this one? Okay, it's like really, if the Malayan cannot torn down, it's like a slap in Singapore face. The Moskva And the Russian refused to acknowledge that it was the Ukrainian that sunk it. They say, oh, our ammunition, the ammunition jibaboom, compound jibaboom. And then in the Rough Sea, it sunk. They refused to acknowledge that the Ukrainians did it. The Ukrainians on the other hand say that Limpei's Ukrainian-made Neptune missile, boom. So what happens is that this storytelling, so you see, to be able to sink such a ship, okay, is really a big deal. So how do you tell that the Russians are lying? So in the Black Sea near the Ukrainian port, these are all the Russian naval craft, okay, naval ships, okay, they are going in. So the Moskva was quite near. Okay, what the Ukrainians did was they distracted the Moskva with a drone. So of course a lot of people are looking at a drone now, scolding it and pointing the finger, using the F word in Russian and things like that. I don't know. Okay, and then they probably take catapult and shoot at them and take bullets. Why are they just irritated by the stupid drones? While they're all being irritated, right? The Ukrainians fired 2 anti-ship missiles, while they're all not looking. Boom! That's what happened. Okay, so now the Russians said no. It wasn't Ukrainian. That thing just exploded by itself. If it is true, you know what happened? All the ships pull back from the shore, very far away. If you are so sure it's just an accident, why your ship need to pull back? Who are you lying to? And that's stupid, man. Yeah. So the Russian, okay, really got slapped big time. Now, of course, the Moskva is just one ship, right? But it's the flagship, okay? You need to understand who is the Moskva, the ship. The Moskva, I don't know whether you heard of this story, okay? During the initial days of the attack, the Moskva, there was a ship, which is the Moskva, sailed to an island of Ukraine. It's called the Snake Island. The Snake Island has 19 soldiers on top. And
Not 13, man.
19. They found it was 19, okay? And of course, whoever is, I think the officer on the Moskva announced to the soldiers on the Snake Island, tell them, surrender now, okay? Olympia will bomb the shit ass out of you. Then there was one soldier who actually said, to Russian ship, go F yourself. Wow, then after that there was a firefight and some died. A lot of them was captured. That whole thing was now immortalized in a postal stamp that was just issued by Ukraine, okay? Because the Moskva just sunk, and it looks like this. Can you see this? You can Google it. This is one soldier on Snake Island, and this is a ship. This is a stamp. It's of course drawn, and the soldier is pointing a third finger. Okay, this stamp was now long queues to buy it, man. It's a very funny thing. When I saw this picture, I was like, it's a huge morale booster to be able to sink the Moskva in Ukraine. In fact, I think the whole world is cheering. Okay, so the Moskva is now being sunk. Okay. And this picture has immortalized the whole thing. Okay. In fact, it was quite funny. While I was doing the slide, I was laughing my head out. Okay. This article, can you all see now? This soldier, this is a senior Ukraine officer. This is the soldier who told the Russian ship to go F yourself. Okay. His name is Roman Habov. Okay. So he was being captured. He didn't die. Some of his fellow soldiers died. He was being captured, and then in a prisoner exchange that was offered by Russian, he was being released. Now he was awarded a medal. Okay, he's one of the young heroes of Ukraine. Okay, so bottom line is that there is a lot of good news coming out of Ukraine right now. Little news like that boosted the morale. We're all very proud of the Ukrainian soldiers. They are doing all this, right? So it's very interesting. Okay, so right now Russian round 1, they lost big time. Let me tell you what they want to do. Okay, this is the map of Ukraine. Okay, this is the map of Ukraine. And in the beginning, Russia is in red. Sorry, I can't hold it very properly. The Russia is in red. Can you see? Okay, the Russians wanted to just do a quick sweep and just wipe out the whole of Ukraine in 1 or 2 weeks. And they think that the Ukrainian civilians there will all welcome them. So this is Russia, this is Ukraine. So they did an all-out attack and want to attack through. You know what? They got kena stuck. So on the top they were attacking Kiev and then Kharkiv in the bottom. They even attacked Chernobyl and all these places. The best part is they went to attack Chernobyl, right? You know, so some of you may know the history. Chernobyl was the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Okay? Okay, we must listen to this. The nuclear power plant, they went to attack the nuclear power plant place. Of course, the Ukrainian like, 你们要你们拿 lah. So they went in. You know, guess what? They were all not prepared. The whole place is contaminated. So you know what those people who did were in infantry in the Singapore Armed Forces, you know. After you secure a place, you dug in. You know, you dig a trench. Okay, you dig a trench and you stay put. This, you know, is common freaking sense that this is radiation contaminated land. They conquered a place and they dug in and stayed there. You know, they stayed there, the soldiers. And then a huge chunk of them kena contaminated by radiation. Okay? And now they all have to be pulled out. The soldiers went to go kill themselves. Yeah. So then they went into the Chernobyl, power plant, okay? They lock up all the operators, and the rest of them, they just stay inside, okay? Of course, they didn't wear proper anti-radiation suit. A lot of them got contaminated, right? So, you know, there's a degree of stupidity in some of these things. So, what happened, okay? So, by the way, this somewhere around here is Chernobyl. So, they all pull back. They pull out Chernobyl. They try to attack Kiev, which is the capital. They couldn't succeed. They pull back. And they start pulling back from the rest of people. In short, right now, round one, they have given up. They changed their goalpost. Initially, they said, I'm going to sweep through and just wipe out the whole of Ukraine and then just reinstall government. Now they say, no. Let me change the goalpost, okay? They say right now, I'm going to change the goalpost to just occupy this place, okay? I don't know whether I got a closer map or not. Okay, yes. So their new goal, okay, this is now, I blow up the smaller part of the southeastern part, okay. This is Crimea, this is Donbass. These are already more or less preoccupied places. They say, I'm just gonna conquer this place and connect it, and let's call it victory. And they hope to, they change their goalposts from conquering the whole of Ukraine to conquering that strip, so that the southern part, which is Crimea and Donbass area, can now be connected, and they call it victory. Then they hope to get that done by 9th of May, and I'll talk about that in a short while. Okay, remember in the earlier talk I gave 3 scenarios. I said there's an optimistic case, realistic case, and there's a worst case. The worst case is they bomb the shit out of everything, and I call it scorched earth, destroy everything, okay? Looks like that didn't quite happen, okay? That didn't quite happen. Looks like our optimistic case is happening right now. Basically, the Russian right now just changed the goalpost and claim victory, okay? This was my slide, and I wanted earlier and say that, you know, they kind of changed the goalpost and just said that, you know, I'm just going to declare a victory by saying that I've now scored and now just scored a goal, okay? The good news, okay, out of this whole thing, the whole story is this: the war may be over by 9th of May. Mark my word, okay? The war may be over by 9th of May. The Russian wants to win the war against Ukraine by 9th of May. And what do you mean by win? Win means they connect the eastern strip, okay? A small strip of land. Of course, Ukraine won't be happy, but it's not the whole of Ukraine. And right now, there's a huge preparation of a war going on. Both sides are now preparing for a huge battle. The Ukrainians are gathering a hell of weapons from the West and the United States, and the Russians are preparing, get a new general and all this. So there's a show now, Harry. The town of Mariupol, which is now connecting between the two, is now being surrounded. There will be a big fight there. I think there may be a lot of blood loss and things like that. But anyway, my point is that it's not the whole, and hopefully I don't know, as a bystander, if they achieve what they want, let's call it an end. Maybe the war will come to an end, okay? And then the world, at least some kind of stability can resolve. Would there be still exchange of fire here and there? Yeah, but like North Korea and South Korea, they never declare they have an armistice, but they never have a peace treaty. Anytime war can break out. But at least there's stability for many years, many decades. Okay? That's the good news. Okay, the good news is that round one, the Russian have lost, and the Russian has now, from a high expectation, now mellowed down to a small strip and just say, if I conquer this, I will call it. More or less, I happy already. What's the bad news? Okay, what's the bad news? The bad news is this, okay? The Russian has now warned the Western and United States, stop giving your weapons to Ukraine, or there will be unpredictable consequences. In short, they are threatening nuclear. Okay, now that will be a disaster. If nuclear break out, all the stock market will crash like crazy. Okay, because nuclear is something that we're all scared of. The other one is this. Okay, this is Russia. They have a few countries on the fringe. One of them is Finland. One of them is Sweden, and of course one of them is Ukraine. Sweden and Finland used to say that let's stay neutral. If I stay neutral, then we have peace. But now they look at this and now they say, I think I might join NATO. And within weeks, they will decide whether to join NATO or not. If they join NATO, Russia will be very, very angry. And Russia has outrightly warned, if Finland and Sweden join NATO, okay, we might use nuclear weapon. Okay, of course, whether that is Hausiao or the real, we don't know. Okay, now, so with this kind of threat that's happening right now, that is the instability. Okay, so the good news in the Russian-Ukraine front is that round one, Russian lost big time. Now they scale down expectation. Unfortunately, there are threats of escalation. The threat of escalation came from the threat of using nuclear for two reasons. Number one, if all the neighbors of Russia start joining NATO, and now NATO really is at the door of Russia, and Russia now have no more neutrality between them, Russia will be very, very mad, and they might escalate. Okay, they might escalate, especially when Finland and Sweden contemplate NATO membership. And Finland has outrightly said, their prime minister is interestingly, Finland and Sweden's prime minister are all ladies. The two Iron ladies have outright said, we will make a decision very soon. Okay, so that is a point of escalation, and if that thing were to escalate, then the war will. That is close to a World War III scenario, and it's not impossible, but unlikely. Okay, but it is a risky move. Second is that the round two fight, okay, for the southeastern strip of Ukraine right now is about to start big time. It's already there, but the fight is going to start big time. How it pan out to be will determine whether this will come to an end quickly or not. So that's the bad news of this whole thing. So I think that there will be a lot of turbulence and turmoil that will happen. So the two major things that are happening in the world right now is COVID and war. On the COVID front, the good news is that almost the whole world has overcome COVID, including Singapore. The bad news is that China just started. Okay, the sooner China come to the realization that they cannot overcome the Omicron, then the faster they will let Omicron burn through, and the whole world will throw the COVID behind. Okay. In the meanwhile, the supply chain and economic restriction can cause turbulence. So there is a upside that comes from the end of COVID and the rest of the world. There's a downside that comes from a China outbreak. So therefore there's some turbulence over there. In the case of the Russian and Ukraine war, okay, the good thing is that Russia now has more or less retreated back to the southeastern side. War is about to break out in a big way there. It's already broken out, of course, a big way there. If there's escalation because Finland and Sweden joins NATO, and the war there escalate with increased weaponry from the West, and the Russian will keep losing war, they may threaten to use nuclear. That would be a terrible disaster. I don't think that scenario happened. Okay, let Mr. Lu now make a prediction. The prediction on the COVID front very clear. China has no choice. It's called a bo-bian situation. No choice. Sooner or later, we are descendants of peasants and we can figure this out. They cannot be. They are very, very smart. They can figure out that their resistance is futile. So no choice, they gotta let it burn through. On the Russian front, my guess is that the Russian has weakened tremendously. They are not in a position to escalate. Okay, they will create some kind of fake victory or they pull out. So my take is that the war might come to a stalemate, okay, faster than anticipated. The Russian cannot afford to lose anymore. The Russian realize that their weaponry is outdated. They have even found, how bad is the situation? Their weapons are outdated. Their food, that the Ukrainians found the Russian leftover. Their expired food and all this, very terrible situation. The Russian are, what wins war? Money wins war. Money wins war. That's one of the main driver. The Russians have no money to fight, okay, this war. The Russian is, the only thing is providing Russia the money fight this war are the oil money that they sell, So, therefore, I think this is just Mr. Lu speculating. Mr. Lu thinks that the round 2, the Russian will still lose the war. And as a result, they will back off and there will be peace coming there, okay? So, but in between, what happens? There's huge good news, there's huge bad news. So therefore, it goes down to this point that it all goes down to this point. All these just lead to one thing in the economic world, right? I'm not a political analyst, although all these are, neither am I a medical health expert. All these have just one implication. Inflation. Yeah. We're just damn afraid of inflation. Freaking inflation, right? If the inflation continue to burn and burn, the Federal Reserve have no choice, the central bank have no choice, but they continue to increase the interest rate, and then the stock market will go in this thing, right? I used to tell you 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6, right? It's like having a moody boss, right? Remember I said a moody boss? A moody boss is very terrible, the feeling, You don't have a moody boss before, you're lucky. You kena this moody boss, and usually the ladies are moody boss. 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6. In this kind of situation, it can be instead of 3 or 4 days, maybe 5 days, that you get moody, and 2 days you get good news. So it's not like moody all the way, It's like moody, then euphoria, moody, euphoria, moody, euphoria. It's like your moody boss slap you, then give you a kiss, then slap you, and then give you a kiss. And it's not like he just slap you and walk away. He actually give you a kiss, which is the good news. Then slap you again and give a kiss. Your whole market go up and down, up and down, and down, and down, and down. Why I say this? Because this is happening right now. Okay, the stock market over the last 2 months have this thing going on, right? The Nasdaq and S&P 500. Well, it's like I never see this kind of stock market volatility before. Last time when this kind of volatility happened, it's like a big crash. Now they get numb to volatility. Wow, sibei sian. I predicted early this year that there will be huge volatility. I never expect the volatility to be that huge. I never expect the moody boss to come and slap and kiss, slap and kiss, slap and kiss, slap and kiss, slap and kiss again. It's huge volatility right now that we're experiencing, okay? Of course, huge volatility comes with some opportunity as well. Why I want to address this point to you guys again and again, okay, is that brace for impact, you will be continue to ride this roller coaster, okay? I don't see it over in the next few weeks, right? Now, me giving you all these things, these things for you is to let you know that there will be volatility in the stock market. Be tahanable, okay? It's okay. At least when you know it coming, Mr. Lu say, and when it comes, yeah, Mr. Lu say is correct, so I'm not so scared. What is you are anticipating damn good news, and then this thing hit, you see it, right? Then you do stupid things like quickly sell all my stocks, and that kind of thing, and knee jerk, and then and I cannot sleep, and all this kind of thing. Okay? The whole purpose of me telling you all this is know that, okay, when you enter into this thing, know that there will be volatility, and it's okay. Just ride through the volatility. Secure yourself with a very strong, firm foundation in your CPF. Buy stocks that only compound in the long run, okay, and just hang on and just brace for impact. Okay, all right. So that's the end of my talk for today. I hope you find it useful. Okay, I hope you find it useful. And this is something that I wanted to update everybody. The world will continue to be in turmoil for the next short term. Okay, good news and bad news will come out. I'll update you as I see. Okay, but but I think that that there'll be interesting development along the way. Okay, I can't predict what will happen at the political front to precision. Okay, I cannot predict what China will do exactly. I can only guess to a large extent. But I think let's watch and see whether this thing will come to an end. Okay, those who are on YouTube, before you sign off, can you all please like, and so that I'll get Kate Lu to sing the next song. How about that? Okay. Yes, I hope you find it very useful. Okay, I hope you find it very useful. Okay, this is what I'm good at. Selling handbag, I'm not good at. I can jump and shout whatever, but this is what I'm good at. I hope you find it useful. Okay, cool. Okay, all right, good. Okay, let's welcome Kate Lu for the ending song. Okay, yes.
Hi everybody, welcome back me. Okay. Okay, so I hope everybody has had a very nice time of listening to Mr. Lu. Mr. Lu got his entire genetic makeup is entertainment, right? You all listen to him give lecture versus you listen to your school last time, right? Last time you all go to school, then you listen to some lecturer, your professor talk, right? Not so engaging as this one, right? I would pay money, okay, for him to teach me class, okay? Not like I don't pay for uni lessons now, but Mr. Lu, like, if anybody is working in the university, please hire Mr. Lu as your, I don't know, guest lecturer or some shit. Okay? Mr. Lu, yes, everybody saying thank you, Mr. Lu. Okay? Chief Entertainment Officer, CEO.
That's a good one. That's a new title.
Okay? Yes, so anyways, before we sign off, okay, I'm gonna sing you all one more song. Okay, and this one very difficult, okay, a little bit nervous, because as Mr. Lu said, I recovered from COVID. Then now a bit still trying to figure out where my voice is at. So we test together, okay?
So by the way, after this, now it's about 9 in Singapore, maybe about close to 9:45. We'll go Kai Kai in the shopping center, okay? Cool. All right. Later we'll go live again. All right. Cool. Let's go.
Okay. Yes. Professor, don't use limpe. This professor does, okay? Not bad, Okay, I'm gonna sing Hello by Adele. Okay, let me clear my throat first. My dad has good insights and perspectives. Yes. Okay, he does. Okay. So I don't know what like, people have to pay for like your fortune reading and what shit, right? I have my dad. I don't need that.
And I got my wife. She's better in Google.
This family is interesting. Okay, let me just make sure the volume is okay. Okay. Well, I'm a bit nervous. Yes, indeed, not an easy song. Hello, it's me. And I was wondering if after all these years you'd like me to go over everything. They say time's supposed to heal ya, but I ain't done much healing. Hello, can you hear me? And I'm in California dreaming about who we used to be when we were younger and free. And I've forgotten how it felt before the world fell at our feet. There's such a difference between us and a million miles. Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. But when I call, you never seem to be home. Hello from the other side. At least I can say that I tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it don't matter, it clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore.
Wow, you're really
Also
good,
kena shock
man.
me.
You're really good. Man.
Hello, how are you? And it's so typical of me to talk about myself. I'm sorry. I hope that you're well, and that you ever make it out of that town when nothing ever happened. It's no secret that the both of us are running out of time. Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. When I call, you never seem to be home. Hello from the other side. At least I can say that I tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it don't matter, it clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore. 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 Hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. But when I call, you never seem to be home. Hello from the other side. At least I can say that I've tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it don't matter, it clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore.
Wow. Powerful.
Wow.
Powerful vocals, man.
Yeah, very difficult.
Yes.
Wow. Powerful
Thank you
vocals.
very much, everybody.
Powerful
I didn't know
vocals,
I
man.
had it in me as well, okay?
Wow, powerful vocals,
Yes,
man.
very good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shocked.
Powerful
Okay, yes.
vocal.
But thank you everybody for listening. Okay, thank you everybody for watching our live stream, okay? Come back in about 30 minutes. We'll be doing some shopping for you all, okay? So to wrap up our very nice Easter Sunday. Okay, yes, everybody, thank you so much. Okay, thank you very much for your support, okay?
Thank you all.
Thank you, Risa. Thank you,
Thank
everybody. Thank you, Fayan. Okay, thank you so much, okay? Yes, thank you. Okay, I am going to end my dad's live stream on YouTube, okay? Charlie says, Mr. Lu, please buy her a good meal.
Yes,
Yes.
we always do.
I agree. Okay, I agree.
I
Mr.
don't
Lu
buy her
should
good
buy
meal. I
a
always
meal.
buy. Come to food, I'm very.
I look like Mr. Lu. Yes. Is this because of this very interesting natural phenomenon called I'm daughter. Okay, I'm the daughter.
Wait, is that a compliment or? Yeah, is that a compliment?
Of course, it's a compliment. Okay, but thank you, YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, I'm gonna end the live stream.